Hello. Okay, I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna try to do Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So let's see how this works. Okay, maybe this is going. Hello. Am I live? Looks like I am. Okay. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes just for people to pop on. And then when you get on, I'm trying to see if anybody's on Instagram. So when you're on, if you pop on, say hi, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, tell me where you are from, and I will get this show on the road here in just a couple minutes, or in just a little bit here. What I want to do is I'm going to start doing a Facebook and Instagram live every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. So if you want to follow along, definitely hop on here on either Instagram or Facebook. On Facebook, I'm on my Michelle Norman business page, and on Instagram, I'm on my Real Estate Boss Mama's Instagram page. So those are the two places that you can find me for these lives. And I'm gonna just share every week. I'm gonna share something different, ideas that I'm doing in my business, tricks and tips that help me in my real estate business. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Norman, and I have been in real estate for 14 years. And I have recently just had a desire I want to start giving back, and I want to start helping other, specifically real estate mamas, help grow their real estate business. I have, my real estate business is solely based on referrals, and I'm a big advocate of that type of business. So that is, the area expertise that I share. A lot of everything that I do in my real estate business is based off building a real estate business off of referral only. So that is a little bit about myself. Hello, Lorena. Hello. Okay, so today I'm only gonna make these about 20-30 minutes, not very long, and then at the end I'll have a link where I'll attach, or you can click to get like a worksheet or information that I talk about in this live, so that you don't have to take notes if you're driving or at work or wherever. But like I said, they'll be every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And either in my Real Estate Boss Mama's Instagram group page, or on my Michelle Norman business page. Okay, so today I actually want to talk about a couple things that I do in my business that I feel are very helpful, and I feel like it really sets the stage on how to be successful, and some of the things to do. I wonder some of the things that you can just do and start implementing just in your life to help kind of have you go momentum in the right direction. So I'm gonna first start with what I do every morning, which is called my Miracle Morning. So I have read the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I'm a big fan. I probably have mentioned this before. I really just feel like after reading this book, actually, if you can see, like, I've highlighted so much of the book. So every morning I get up, you don't have to get up a lot early. Like, I get up 30-45 minutes before I would normally get up. And the main areas that he recommends, or he breaks them down, is this thing called savers. And the S stands for silence. So that's like prayer or meditation, quiet time. So, just do some kind of aspect of that. And then the A is affirmations. And so then that is just like writing down the things that you want to be committed to. So like, I will eat healthy every day. I will work out every day. I am committed to helping 50, families purchase their dream home. Whatever you want to be, you want to hold yourself accountable to, like those are what you write down in the affirmation section. Visualization, that is like what you want your future to look like. So it could be goals. It could be like, I want to have my house paid off and it be free and clear. I am debt free. The key about that though is sometimes I like to turn them into like present tense as well as like the affirmation, so that you are telling your mind that you are that. So like, I have, if you want rental properties, I have 15 rental properties that are free and clear. Whatever you see your future, or I am going on a vacation every year, whatever you want that to look like. I like to kind of twist it in the present day tense so that it kind of triggers your mind. I think I got this from a Rachel Hollis tip. So that you train your mind that you are that person. So I run every day, I eat every day, I am this. And then the next thing on how Eldrod's for savers, E is exercise. So just being committed to exercising every day, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whether that's, going outside for a walk or, kind of just doing a quick little exercise thing inside your house, whether it's jumping jacks, lunges, squats, like whatever it is. The point is just to like get up and be active for 20 to 30 minutes a day. And then the next one is R for reading. So very, big advocate on, reading something. It could be, you could do some kind of self-help book, self-development book. You could be reading a novel or doing your Bible study. I know that a lot of the times in the morning, that is when, I'll do my Bible study, and that's when I pray, and then I'll do my affirmation visualizations, and then the last one is actually S for scribing, which also is known as journaling. So just writing down your thoughts and your ideas and your dreams and your prayers, and just kind of putting that on a book. Here are some books that I started with. So this is a journal of mine, and I literally just picked up just a book, and then I started to just write all of my ideas in that. Recently, I've switched over to this one, and it says, find what brings you joy and go there. Honestly, I just decided to switch the books that I was using. But so if you have some kind of journal or even just a notebook that you can write all of those, write your visualizations, write your affirmations, do your journaling in, that is a great place to just have one location to write all that stuff down. And then, so that's really the big ideas from the Miracle Morning. And the key is just getting up like 30 to 45 minutes before you normally would to implement these ideas. One of the things that I do too is I add my gratitudes to that as well. And I think that helps just keeping you in a positive state of mind as you go throughout the day. It's really hard to be angry after you just wrote down 10 things that you are grateful for. So adding a gratitude section that you can include in your journal, I think is also a great thing to do. Another thing that I do is, and I don't do this to the T as I probably should be. I'm way more consistent to my Miracle Morning than I am, but I've also tried to implement an evening routine. And here are just some tips. Like I said, I am not perfect in these, in my evening routine, nor am I perfect in my morning routine, let's be honest, but I do strive to get up and do those exercises. But in the evening routine, some tips are, trying to not have any like electronic time, 30 to 45 minutes up to an hour before you go to bed, just so that you can set the stage and set yourself up for success for the next day. Calm your body, calm your mind. Having water next to your bed so that you can wake up and hydrate your body as, you know, you just went 8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours without hydrating your body. Obviously, a lot of people would recommend not having a phone by your bed. So putting it, you know, in your bathroom or in another room so that you don't get sidetracked with notifications and text messages, stuff like that, or, you know, staying up late on your phone. And then I just, so I really like this next one. I actually just did this during the day yesterday, and I think it's a great way to do at nighttime too. So it's called a mind dump. Mel Robbins calls it a brain dump, same concept. So yesterday I actually did a quick Facebook Live and I went through a process where I was really overwhelmed and stressed. I have a busy week. I'm going out of town this weekend, and it was my son's birthday yesterday, and I just had all of these ideas spinning through my head, and it was getting me really overwhelmed of all the to-dos that I needed to do. And so I had listened to Mel Robbins on Sunday, and she had talked about this brain dump where you just like write everything down on a piece of paper, and then you can go back through and organize your thoughts later. Well, this is a great idea to also implement this in the evening when you are going to bed. I don't know if you're like me, but when my head hits the pillow, sometimes my head starts spinning again, and I have all of these ideas forming in my head, and it's nice just to get them down on paper. So A, you don't forget them by the next morning, and then B, you can get them out of your head so that you can come back and reset, calm yourself down so that you can go to sleep, because that can just kind of also put you into a spiral where it gets you too anxious to now you can't go to sleep, and you know, you're just kind of like spinning there. So those are great ideas to do for your evening routine. And then some of the things that I wanted to share are some books that I highly recommend reading. So I already mentioned Miracle Morning. The next one that I love is Girl, Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. So if you have not picked up a copy of her book, I would highly recommend grabbing it. That book is amazing. She has so many great insights, and it's definitely a must read. I also like Mel Robbins' book, The 5-Second Rule. This is also a great book, and I feel like it's a game changer as well. Just basically going into action, not second guessing it, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just go and do it. So that gets a lot of people out of the starting to second guess themselves, the I'm not good enough, the whole mind negativity that we, you know, tell ourselves, and it just skips that whole process and just goes right into going into action. If you haven't heard of Ed Milet, he's also a great person to follow. He just, I think he just wrote this book called Max Out Your Life. It's a very quick read. I think I read it in 1 to 2 days max, but it has a lot of great strategies for becoming, you know, a successful, whether entrepreneur or anything in your life that you're trying to strive through. These has really great strategies to put into practice. And then the last one in the real estate world is, I really love The One Thing by Gary Keller and with Jay Papasan. So I don't know about you, but sometimes I have a lot of ideas and I want to do them all at the same time, and I always have to bring myself back to focus and just focus on one thing at a time. We all think that, you know, multitasking is, you know, the thing to do, but actually, you actually don't get as much done, and they recommend just focusing on one thing at a time and doing that one thing well, and then going to the next thing. And so, especially in real estate, us agents, we can go squirrel so many times that it's really easy for us to trying to do like 10 things at one time, and then we're not really getting any of them accomplished, or at least any of them accomplished successfully. And so just to break that down and just to focus on one thing at a time. So those are some books that I recommend reading if you don't know where to start in your reading, those are great ones. I also wanted to mention that I have been a big fan of podcasts lately. So if you are not listening to any podcasts or following anyone that hosts a podcast, I definitely recommend I've just recently been introduced to this arena and I'm really enjoying it. So if you haven't gone that route yet, I definitely suggest to, whether you have an iPhone, hop on iTunes, the podcast, it actually has its own app. And I'm sure the Android has something too. So I want to share with you some of my podcasts that I've been following and that I have subscribed to that I feel are really good quality people to listen to. So here are some of my favorite podcasts. So obviously, for those who have been following me for a split second, I'm a big Rachel Hollis fan right now. So she's the one that wrote the book, Girl, Wash Your Face. She has a podcast that's called The Rise Podcast, and I highly recommend listening and subscribing to her podcast. Just like I mentioned, Ed Milet, who wrote the Max Out Your Life, he has a podcast as well, and he has a really good podcast. He brings on super high level people, and they talk about really amazing things. For the women out there, I love Jen Hatmaker for the love. So she's a great podcaster to follow. Tony Robbins, just for self-development, entrepreneurial, that's a really good space to be in and follow him. And then The Purpose Show by Ali Kazaza. So she is not anything real estate related, but I feel like she's a great person to follow for all of the moms out there. So she talks about having like an uncluttered or like a decluttered, simple home. And I really feel like as a mom, the home life and the work life really go hand in hand, and we're kind of like intertwined with those two. So I think that she's a great person to follow so that you can implement some of her decluttering and creating a very simple home life, because I feel like if you free up space in your home life, then you can use that extra time that you have for other things in your life. So whether it's your real estate business, or it's your or spending time with your kids, spending time with your husband, scheduling a date night with him. Like, I just feel like the two go hand in hand. And so if you are stressed and overwhelmed with like your home and your house, and your laundry is piling high, and your dishes are piling high, and your house is cluttered, and you're stressed and overwhelmed, then that's going to also impact your work life for your real estate business. And you're not going to feel like you can get as much accomplished because you're feeling the stress and the burden of your home life. So definitely follow her, and she's got some great tips and tricks to creating a decluttered home. So that is everything that I have for you guys today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the comments, and on Instagram I'll have to attach it to the link that is in my profile, and that will be able to take you to the link. Anyways, I'm gonna attach a link that will give you guys access for a little worksheet, little cheat sheet that I created that allows you to walk through these exercises so that you can create your miracle morning, so that you can start implementing your miracle morning. So you can walk through, what you want the silence to look like, what you want your affirmations to look like. I give you my examples of what, my affirmations, my visualizations, my reading, my gratitudes are. And so then you can create your own so that you can start doing it on a daily basis. And then also I share the books and the podcasts that I shared here. They're just like written down so that in case you forget them on with this live today, then you can just go to the worksheet reread them, and then you can go to wherever you want to go to order them, purchase them, or get them free at the library. So anyways, that is what I have for you today. So again, if you put in your calendar, I'm going to start doing this every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. I'm going to be going live and just sharing some tips and tricks and things that I do in my everyday business and in my everyday life that I feel have been really helpful and allow me to, get the things done that I want to get done. Next week, just to give you a little insight of what next week is going to be about. Let me see if I can find that. So next week, we're going to be diving deep and discussing the #1 challenge that most real estate mamas face, which is how to balance your home life and your work life. So if that sounds right up your alley, then tune in next Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And I'm going to be giving some tips on things that I have implemented in my life to help balance that home life and work life, and has made it a little bit easier so that I can get more done in a day and in a week. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out to me, Michelle Norman. I'm on all social media, and follow us. Follow us on our if you're not on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, follow us on the Instagram, which is Real Estate Boss Mamas. If you are on Facebook, or if you are on Instagram and not on Facebook, we have a private Facebook group page that's called Real Estate Boss Mamas. And in that page, I again give a lot of tips and tricks that I do every day in my business, and try to provide encouragement and motivation in there as well. So let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.